The next camera up in my ongoing quest to find an everyday carry is the Sony ZV-1, one of the newfangled compacts tailor-made for vlogging, which is the reason why I kept ignoring it when it would pop up in my searches for an everyday carry. I'd read about the 20 megapixel 1-inch sensor, the 24-70 f1.8 to 2.8 lens, the articulating screen, and the all-important 4K video at 24p, but I just kept ignoring it because I'm not a vlogger. But when I saw it with the remote grip for just under $500 at Chuck Rubin's in Louisville, I wanted to give it a non-vlogger's try. Chuck always lets you return a camera in a couple of weeks if you don't like it, so I decided to get it, and I spent some time shooting with it on a recent trip to Pennsylvania chasing trains, and on a family hike to Clifty Falls State Park in Madison, Indiana. I had pretty high expectations for the camera because I'd read that it has a lot of the same tech as the RX100 family, like the lens from the RX100 VA and the imaging engine of the RX100V. My first go with the camera came at a coffee pit stop in downtown Cincinnati on my way to Pennsylvania. This footage, straight out of the camera, is with steady shot enabled, which was pretty disappointing because I pride myself on having a steady hand even when walking. Shooting with steady shot, there is a noticeable crop, which was frustrating to compose a scene, hit the video record button, only to have my composition altered, and then on top of that, the IBIS did not perform very well. The stills look pretty good, but they're not what I want to see. I end up having to apply the Ricoh GR preset that I made in Lightroom to all of the images just to feel slightly happy with them. They almost feel like they could have come out of a cell phone, not a whole lot of character, and over-sharpened. I did a little bit of research to see if I could adjust the settings in the camera to help out with the over-sharpening, but there just isn't that much information since it's geared towards vlogging. I kept telling myself, it's just a 1-inch sensor, it's not going to have that much character. But honestly, I was more happy with some of the pictures I could get out of my old iPhones than I was with this. This footage has some stabilization applied in Final Cut Pro, but you're setting yourself up to get some unnatural motion in the corners. And also, the footage out of it doesn't look any better than what I can get out of my iPhone 13 Pro, and I know I can do way better with the DJI Osmo Action 3. I hate to be so hard on this camera, but to be honest, it doesn't really feel good in the hand. The buttons are pretty soft, which I don't know if that's a Sony thing or not, but it's not what I prefer. So you put all of that together, and it's just kind of a disappointing package for me. One other thing that's worth mentioning that I didn't really care for was when you open and close the back flip screen, it also turns on and off the camera. And sometimes if you close the screen, it can take quite a while for the lens to finally collapse. So it's a bunch of little things that's really keeping me from wanting to keep this camera. Sorry, Sony, I gave it a shot, but I just don't think you're the right one for me. If you think I'm being too hard on this camera, let me know in the comments down below. Let's talk about it, because I don't have to return it for another couple of days. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please follow along on Instagram at wooden.frames. See you next time.